Hello everyone, it's Charlton. Please subscribe to my channel, tap that notification bell, and like this video. It does help me keep making videos, and I'd appreciate it majorly. Alright, so Kirstjen Nielsen has resigned, has submitted her resignation. CBS, which is actually the outlet reporting on it, is saying she's expected to resign. She was supposed to meet with the president at 5 o'clock this evening. Actually, Trump is in D.C. He's not at Mar-a-Lago, his resort in Florida. So after playing golf, she met with him at the White House to tender her resignation. So, it's not clear whether she was asked to do that or she's doing that voluntarily. That's debatable. I think most people probably think she's being asked to resign, and this is kind of part of a larger overhaul. I think it was Friday or Thursday that the president basically pulled somebody he was nominating for the director of ICE and said he wanted to go in a tougher direction, and that kind of caught people off guard. And supposedly Steve Miller, who's the kind of hardliner on immigration, everybody knows him, and he's pretty close and influential with the president, is behind this whole overhaul. So CBS News reported the news of her resignation. She was reported to be meeting with the president in the residence after he finished playing golf. Her departure is part of a massive overhaul engineered by the top Trump advisor, Stephen Miller, an anti-immigration hardliner who was the architect of the president's travel ban. A senior U.S. official told the news network, "It's unclear whether Nielsen resigned voluntarily or whether she has been pressured to do so. She was with the president on Friday when he visited the border." And it continues. She survived the job 15 months despite numerous reports Trump was planning to fire her. He's expressed it openly in interviews that he wanted her to be tougher on the border. I mean, it's pretty much, in my opinion, it's an unwinnable situation. That job is, it's pretty much impossible given just the circumstances, the endless waves of immigrants trying to cross the border, and it's just hit an absolute boiling point with the numbers that are staggering. Whether they're I don't know how accurate they are, of 100,000 in 1 month, 4,000 in 1 day of illegal crossings or illegal, of detaining people that were crossing illegally. The numbers are staggering. Even Obama's former Homeland Security Director, Jay Johnson, was saying, no matter how it's a crisis, no matter how you define it, it just is. So. The president made it very clear he was unhappy with her performance on the immigration issue, despite Trump's railings against migrant caravans and calling for a wall to be built. On the U.S.-Mexico border, the number of immigration crossings have risen. I mean, that's part of. I don't know how smart Trump is. This issue is not a real, it doesn't affect me, so I don't have real strong feelings on the border. I'm not opposed to a wall, and it probably is needed, at least to some extent. But I don't know how smart Trump is. I just don't think he's everything that everyone believes. The people who really are huge Trump supporters see him as this total outsider, when I don't think that's the case. I think he is very much the insider. He might be the ultimate insider. He has known Washington and politics his whole life. He's masterful at this. So, part of what is happening is basically because the wall could be coming, and it's causing this mad rush for people to want to get to the border and cross it before it goes up. I mean, that's now, and that might even feed. This is just my own personal sort of perspective on it. That might even feed, some of these huge corporate interests and feed the labor pool that they require, and actually benefit him on that end. Even though he's claiming that that's what he's up against. So, listen, I like lots of things Trump's doing, but he is very much the politician, absolutely. So, but she's gone. She's looked unhappy for a long time, a real long time. She's stayed longer than I thought. So that's what I mean when I say I'm not sure it is, whether she could be doing it voluntarily. I think, in my opinion, she's probably happy to be done in an impossible job. So, agents on the border detained nearly twice as many migrants, 268,044 in 5 months of the fiscal year started October 2018 than were detained in the same period the previous year. The numbers reported in March indicated. February alone had 66,450 arrests, more than almost any month in the last decade. Wow, that's crazy. Her resignation comes as President Trump has been threatening to close the border. Her biggest defender in the White House against Trump's frustration was the former White House Chief of Staff, John Kelly. That was her former boss. She was his Chief of Staff when he was the Homeland Security Secretary. Because before he was Chief of Staff, he was Homeland Security Secretary. She was Kelly's Chief of Staff, etc. So, they mention who may be taking her place here in CBS. Nielsen's expected departure is part of a massive DHS overhaul engineered by top Trump advisor Stephen Miller. Nielsen's anticipated exit also comes as Mr. Trump announced that he wants to go in a tougher direction for the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Director after previously announcing Ron Vitiello would head ICE. That's the dude he pulled on either Thursday or Friday. A U.S. official tells CBS News that Customs and Border Protection Commissioner Kevin McAleenan, I'm not pronouncing that right, McAleenan, holy moly, is under consideration to serve as the acting DHS Secretary if Nielsen's resignation becomes official, but it is unlikely he would be nominated as Nielsen's permanent replacement. In recent days, Mr. Trump has threatened to shut down the U.S.-Mexico border, etc. All right, well, that's the story there. It's brand new right now. So, she met with him after he was finished playing golf this evening at 5 o'clock, less than an hour ago. And that is the story there, man. That is the story there. All right, thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me a like down below. I'll see you in the next video. Later, man.